This conference will now be recorded.
Hi everyone. Now we are going to discuss a concept known as set. Set is a special data structure that is made available by Python. Now I will definitely discuss all these points, but for the time being, please come over here. Now I am writing 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.6, comma 15.5. How many values? First value, second value, third value, fourth value, fifth value, sixth value. So I write 6 values between a set of curly brackets. Now in the earlier lessons I told you, if you want to define a set, you have to use square bracket. You have to use square brackets, right? If you want to define a tuple, you have to use the round bracket. Similarly, if you want to define a set, you have to use curly brackets, right? Now, I am writing a list of 7 values. I can write 10 values, 12 values. So that is what is given as 1. The first point, a set is a collection of distinct elements. It's a collection of values. But what do they mean by saying, what do you mean by this word distinct? Suppose I write the word value 11 once again, they won't accept it, right? They will ignore it. Suppose I write the value 14.6 once again, they won't right, accept it. But in the case of a list, you can very well have duplication. You can write the same value twice, thrice. Even in the case of tuple, it is okay, but in the case of set, it is not allowed. Right. We will see more about this aspect later. So when you say all values should be distinct, what do you mean? Duplication is not allowed. What do you mean by duplication? Writing the same value once again, or 2 more times, or 3 more times, right? And then you use curly brackets to indicate the starting point and end point. Different data types are allowed. So there are many similarities between sets and lists and tuples, but there are some special characteristics. For example, that there shouldn't be any duplication. Only curly brackets should be used. All right. Now a value in a set cannot be accessed because, see, they are not stored in an ordered manner. They are not stored in an ordered manner. Now this is another example for set. As we move on, you will understand more about this set. Now say this is how I am defining the first set, set 2. Now in the good old days when we were in the school, we have learned about union of two sets and intersection of two sets, right? Now when you find the union of these two sets, what will you get? Right, all these values will be available in the union new set. All these values will also be available, but here one important point is this two values are here in the set 1 and here in set 2, but they will be written only once in this set. Now at the time of execution, I will explain once again. Now this symbol denotes intersection. What do you mean by intersection of two sets? The common elements will be taken and stored over here. What are the common elements? 4 and 5 are found here and here. So see, when you execute this line, 4 and 5 will be stored over here. Now what is the unique characteristic of set? See, duplication is not allowed. I am deliberately writing the value 12 here, but what will the computer do? It will throw away the second value 12 because duplication is not allowed. So when you tell the computer, come on, display the contents of set 5, they will display only 9, 10, 11 and 12. They won't display this one. Now let me explain with the help of an example. In order to avoid time, I have already typed this code. I am going to copy it and then I am going to execute in Google Colab online lab facility, right? Now for the time being, what I am going to do, I am going to do execute in stages. Now I am defining one set. I am defining one set. I am defining one more set, right? And then I say find the union of two sets. Find the union of two sets. So all these values and all these values will be stored in set 3. Of course 4 and 5 will not be repeated in set 3. Let us execute. Wow, we get the output that we expected. All these values are found here. All these values are also found here, but 4 and 5 are written only once. 4 and 5 are written only once. Pretty clear, but still we want to know it. Now you may ask, what is the application of sets? What is the application of sets in Python? Sometimes you have to filter certain amount of data from a table. and filter certain amount of data from another table, and then probably you may want to join them together, or you may want to find the do further filtering. Now you see, what do you have in set 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you have in set 2? 4, 5. What are the common values? 4 and 5 are common. So that is why you get. So for the time being, you try to understand the concepts, and then at the time of discussion of problems, we will see a lot. Now I am deliberately writing 12 twice, and then when I execute, see, 12 will be displayed only once, even though I told the computer, come on, store 12 twice. They have stored it only once, because the very nature of sets is that duplication is not allowed. Now we have discussed about the concept of sets, which is an important data structure in with it's an important data structure in Python. Thank you.